other way. So step on up to the plate. Little faith, we can spread on into the light of love. Step on up to the plate. 'Cause this ain't no game. It's time to make history, yeah. You fall, you break down, and you think you can take one more round. But something almost evil keeps getting you up. Something angry, something deep, something stuck in your gut. Something telling you cannot give up. You cannot give up. So you find the times that just how you us goodbye. It gone but we wrong and right. Take your losses in your stride. So step on up to the plate. And if you fall, get up right like a phoenix. That's your fate. Step on up to the plate. It's your last chance now. It's time to make history today.
Take Mikazuchi!
Kind regards, masses, it's me, Hi Bike, and I am back with some more Hakuoki Chronicles of Wind and Blossom. Let me put some background music on because this is gonna be a bit of an intro. But yeah, that pre-stream video was the Kanji Tatsumi costume showcase for Persona 4 Dancing All Night. The song used being Time to Make History, the Akira Yamaoka remix. And yes, if you do happen to recognize that name, if it seems familiar to you, that is the composer for the Silent Hill games. At least I don't know if he's done work for the later games, but definitely for, you know, the classics. And yeah, I didn't even I don't know. I think that's cool because Akira Yamaoka, I think no, I might be thinking wrong. This might be the only remix done for this game, but it's interesting to see him involved with the Persona series, so that's pretty cool. I like how dubsteppy it is, like, in a sense, like, because it's got those wub-wubs, and especially for kanji, it's kind of funny seeing like that. There's that one move when it's just like he's doing these arm flailies in time with the dubstep wub-wub, and also it's funny seeing him do that little leg shuffle, having him, like, you know, turn clockwise all the way around. But it does fit Kanji's personality. Like, the dance looks both awkward, but it also works. Like, it's got that oomph to it, like that toughness to it, which fits Kanji's character. Also, I absolutely love the seaweed costume from Golden is included in this game, and the timing for the dance is perfect. It's like there's that move where it's like papa, and like he's got that seaweed outfit on, and it's like, I don't know, it works so well. But I play that because today is Kanji Tatsumi's birthday from Persona 4, and it's also Will A. Zeppelin's birthday from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So happy birthday to these two. Yeah. Anyways, how are you guys? I'm doing pretty well. It's been a nice weekend. More on that later. I will make this a drinking game stream because I'm off, and we have a lot of drinks from when well, Charlie brought drinks as well, But we also bought drinks for the occasion where Charlie, Anthony, and Jacob would be coming over to hang out yesterday, which is why there was no stream yesterday. Just all for friends. But yeah, anyways, right with me I got VMC Jamaica Hibiscus Cocktail. This is one of the drinks that Charlie brought. It's a Blanco tequila with natural flavors and sparkling water. And it's pretty good. Yeah, that's curious about this one. Unfortunately, there's only like 4 in the pack, but I was like the only one who drank it. So I will continue to drink it. Anyways, if you guys want to take part with an alcoholic beverage or a non-alcoholic beverage for this drinking game, I will let you know when to drink. And there are a shit ton of prompts, so that's why I got the music in the background. You know, this is going to be a long one, but here we go. Drink every time Yukimura says, huh? Every time Yukimura is useless. Twice if she angsts about not being able to help more. Every time we get a CG. Any member of the Shinsengumi appears out of nowhere to save Yukimura in the nick of time. Okita casually mentions killing someone. Twice if it's Yukimura. Someone completely fails to be fooled by Yukimura's cross-dressing. Someone mentions seppuku. Twice if they're actually expressing the intention to commit seppuku. Yukimura cries. Twice if it happens when someone else is obviously holding back tears. Saito or Yamazaki turns out to have been lurking unseen in the shadows. Anyone calls a previously unseen lurker out of the shadows because they could tell all along that a person was there. Yukimura serves tea. Yukimura sweeps, like with the broom. Hijikata and Kazuma face off. Saito and Amagiri face off. Harada and Shiranui face off. Drink a whole bunch when the 3 above occur at the same time. Someone points out that not having to protect Yukimura would leave the Shinsengumi better off, but the Shinsengumi, or any individual member thereof, insists on continuing to do so anyway. Someone has an episode of Fury Bloodlust. Kazuma calls any member of the Shinsengumi insects or dogs of the shogunate. Kazuma talks about the Furies being fakes. Okita coughs. Okita says, I can still fight. Hijikata says any form of that's in order. Harada talks about how it's a man's duty to protect women and or children. Saito delivers a soliloquy about swords. Also, I just realized my music's... I don't know if the music's actually synced it. There we go. I didn't have the desktop audio on, but if there wasn't any background music, now it's on. Let's see. Heisuke angst about being a monster. Someone drinks Yukimura's blood. Amagiri interrupts and stops a fight. You hear the phrase warrior spirit or bushi no tamashi. Someone tells Yukimura any form of I leave insert whoever's route it is to you. Hijikata says nandato or what the hell. Every time someone says seriously, sheesh, don't worry, for real, calm down, among, white, or thank you so much. Every time I make a wrong choice and have to go back. Every time a character dies. Every time anyone is loud. 2 drinks if it's Nagakura, and you know, this being his route, this will definitely get us a lot of drinks because he's so loud all the time. Every time alcohol is involved. Every time Kazuma insists Yukimura should be his waifu. Every time Okita simps for Kondo. Every time the date is announced. And for every grammar or spelling error. And, you know, I just realized, actually, well, okay, I'll talk about my weekend while we have the fun music on, and you guys can look at this funny meme that Ryan made for Hakuoki. And also because I do have pictures to share, just a couple, for relating to the weekend, up till now. Well, it is still, any time I'm off is my weekend, and so I get very long weekends. But anyways, Saturday was a fairly decent day at work, kind of. There was some shit going on with a certain non-profit organization or whatever, but I will mention that in a little bit. But the clients that we kept getting throughout the day, it just went steady. Like, I think we saw maybe 13 clients total, but they were all spread out. Not as chaotic as it might be if the front lobby was open, but it wasn't too bad of a day. All 3 clients that I worked with, it was all like, I helped them calm down. Like, I actually used coping skills with them. I felt bad because there's this one lady new to the system, and she was just really stressed out because her ex's partner made a post about her on social media But it was like, oh yes, so this person, like the client, you know, she works here. This is what she does. Like basically just all this like doxing information. I don't know if she actually shared where the lady lives, but and it's all she was claiming that the client was cheating on, you know, said ex, when that wasn't true at all. The ex had contacted the client after seeing her at work, and they hadn't seen each other in years. So he calls her and is like, hey, how's it going? That's it. Just like, you know, just a general checkup. And so all this shit happened just because of that. I feel like, but I don't know, the ex reaching out like that, it feels kind of sus. But, you know, I couldn't help but feel bad for the lady. But I did help her feel better. And her family is very supportive too. Like the husband, like through all that, you know, not very, like he cares for her. It's like he understands that, you know, this is all a big misunderstanding, petty shit. And yeah. But the big problem with Saturday. So for the past few weeks, we've been dealing with this nonprofit organization. I'm gonna name drop them because they fucking suck, and I hope the government shuts them down. But they're called Be Finally Free. Now I think that there's some, like, they're like this church group, like a bunch of Christian people, whatever. Now I'm not hating on Christians, but the shit that they've been doing is very wrong. So they've been sending us clients, like they'll pick homeless people up off the streets, and like, long story short, just kind of, you know, tell them, hey, you can get linked to a sober living environment today. Like you get housing, whatever. Which isn't true. Like, it's, and then they'll just be like, yeah, you can get the sober living if you go here to Quick or the detox place that we usually send people. But that's not true for either of us. And like, or sometimes the clients would just be picked up off the streets for no reason. Like, they're just minding their own business, being happy on the streets, and then these people come in and it's like, hey, I can help you. But anyways, what happened on Saturday was we get a call from a Be Finally Free staff, and he was being very insistent. Like, he called at least 4 times within 30 minutes, I think. Not even 30 minutes, I think it was all within 15 minutes. And Kyler 2.0 kept answering these calls, but he was all like, hey, we got someone that we can bring over, and we'd like for you to link them up to the detox place. Now this was like before 1 p.m. So typically what happens is, if you link someone to that, like our little detox program, before 3, they'll be discharged by the end of the day. So it's like they won't be able to stay overnight, which is like the purpose for this being like housing reasons for Be Finally Free wanted to house these clients basically. So Kyler 2.0 explains, well, actually kind of rewind a bit. The deal that our boss had set with Be Finally Free was that we could help them transport clients to the detox place only if Be Finally Free made the referral beforehand, and it was after their closing time. But this was like way before their closing time, and they're asking us to do shit, and it's like, no, we can't do that. I mean, if you bring us someone to be linked, we'll determine if they fit the criteria. Otherwise, we'll help them, like, you know, different way. And Be Finally Free was not having it. So they're like, then the supervisor for Be Finally Free calls. I'm the one who picks up the call, and he's like, hey, so I talked with insert name here from the detox place, and or no, that didn't happen yet. Well, he was just being all like, hey, so my staff was having some issues with one of your staff, blah blah blah, and you know, we just wanted to try to get this client referred over. And I'm basically relaying the same shit that Kyler 2.0 was saying. And like, you know, just kind of putting my foot down, being like, this is what Quick can do, this is what the detox place can do, but you know, you can't really dictate that. Just in as polite of a manner as I could. So the supervisor was all like, oh, okay, I understand. I'll talk with the detox place. So or like a certain staff member from the detox place, so that he could figure out, or like, you know, we'll work things out, and I'll give you a call back to let you know what he says. So I'm like, great. So I immediately call my boss after and, you know, tell him what's going on. And he's like, okay, we'll let them do this one last time, just a courtesy, but let them know that they can't do this shit again. And I'm like, perfect. Anyways, we never get that call back, and instead we get a call from Peck being all like, hey, those Be Finally Free is here with a client for you. And I'm like, oh great, alright, fine, we'll deal with this outside. So me and our practicum student go outside to talk with them. And it's just, the staff member that brought this client, just like, she didn't really seem to know what she was doing. She's all like, I'm here with this client. And I'm asking, and then I ask, okay, did you ever get to talk with the detox place? And she's like, what? No, they just said to bring him here. But I can call my boss. I can get my boss on the phone for you right now. Or actually, no, wait. She said that the detox guy claimed that they were allowed to bring this client. So, anyways, she gets her boss on the phone, and he says none of that was true. Like, he was just like, oh, we just decided to drop this guy off to you guys, and hopefully you guys can have him wait until a bed's available at the detox place. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Didn't you say that you talked with the detox people in the first place? And he's like, oh no, well, before we called you guys, we tried to make a referral, but then they said that they wouldn't take referrals. And I'm like, okay, that sounds kind of fishy in my head. But anyways, I'm just like, whatever, we'll just take this guy anyways and help him out. And they're like, great. So then they leave, and then I have the practicum student work with the client. And when she's done talking with him, she tells us that the client didn't even know why the fuck he was picked up off the streets. He was just like, I don't know who those people were, but they just said they could help me. Whatever. All he really wanted was shelter and food. And we're like, alright, well, or like, we offered mental health and substance use services to him too, and he's like, I don't need mental health, but maybe I'll think about substance use services later, just not right now. So our practicum student arranged for him to be dropped off at the shelter, like she was gonna drop him off at the nearby shelter. So he didn't have an ID, and we have ID vouchers for people who want to go to the shelter. So took him there with our little voucher, and we thought that was it, but fast forward a couple hours later, he comes back asking for Debbie. No, there's no one named Debbie. I'll say this now, there's no one named Debbie working in our building. So it's like, what the fuck? Okay. So practicum student's like, okay, sure, I'll just go talk with them again. So it turns out we actually had to call the shelter beforehand to let them know that we have a client we wanted to refer, which isn't something that we've ever done before, but moving forward, I guess this is something we'll do now. So anyways, she's like, okay, I'll make the call to the shelter, which she did, and then shelter's like, great, we'll expect this guy, we got a bed for him. So she drives him back over to the shelter. Now she went a step ahead because usually we just drop them off, but she was kind enough to actually walk him over to the gate, and there was a long line of people trying to get in. She doesn't go all the way in, but just at least a little bit to make sure, like, you know, this is the right line he's supposed to be in. Anyways, that Be Finally Free boss was actually there, and he's like, hey, what are you guys doing? And she's like, oh, I'm just bringing this client here. And, you know, that's it. Anyways, she goes back to the car, client's in the line, and then the Be Finally Free guy, he follows her back to the car, and then he has the audacity to be all like, hey, you're rude. Like, I have no idea why he was like, you're rude, but anyways, he's like, oh, we wanted to get him into the detox place. And then, like, she's explaining that that's not really what the client wanted after she explained everyone's services. So, anyways, she goes back to Quick, and she calls our boss to let him know about what's going on. And Kyler 2.0, me, and her all make separate emails recounting each encounter that we had with Be Finally Free. So then after all this, boss puts up an official email saying, we're not working with Be Finally Free anymore. Yeah, if they drop people off to us, then, you know, well, we'll just handle it from there, but we're not gonna do what they tell us to, because there's some deception here. And not long after that email was sent out, Be Finally Free tries to call us again, and they tell us, hey, we got a client with us, and we made a referral to the detox place. They're accepted for an intake at 9:30, and we just like for them to wait here. And Kyler 2.0 is the one who picked up that call, and she was like, listen, because we asked them what time they closed. They said 9 p.m. So she's like, okay, listen, you can drop them off at 8:30, but that's it. Like, you can't bring them any earlier, because we want to account for the closing time that you guys have. And they're like, okay. Anyways, Dick hears this, and he's like, let me check with the detox place to see if this referral was actually made. He makes the call. That referral was never made. And then he clears up with the detox place, and like, cause like, normally when we try to send clients over for referrals, like they all usually reject them if they just want like some place to sleep, not with like, you know, having staying away from substances like drugs as their primary goal. Which, you know, that seems to be just the thing that Be Finally Free refers clients for. So it's like, you know, we just wanted to be on the same page. And they're like, yeah, if there's any clients you're trying to send who want, you know, housing, you can deny the referral, it's fine. And then they also said, because like, Be Finally Free, and there's this other program that tries to send us clients, you know, just so we can babysit them before they go over to the detox place. The detox place themselves are all like, no, we're not doing that anymore, because like, they have to make the referral themselves, and they have to be with the client until the intake time, not just have them like, you know, dropped off with you. So we're like, okay, cool, let's do that then. We're just gonna let boss know about what happened. So Dick tells that to boss, and yeah, just like it was just a whole mess. Like, what really makes me angry is that these Be Finally Free fuckers just pick people off of the streets who don't want help, claiming that they get help, or that they will get help, but it's not really like the help that they're promising. It's just like leave them alone, man. And it's especially dangerous because like if we get a drug user who's like, you know, very like, you know, they're just totally tweaking, and they're like angry tweakers, and then we tell them we can't do this for you, and they flip out on our unit, that's not gonna look good for anyone. So yeah, that was just a whole bunch of shit to deal with. But after that, got to end the day with Helsing on Discord, so that was nice finishing that up. But it was the 2001 anime, so like it does differ. Like the very last few episodes are total, like they're anime only, because you know, back in the day with anime, a lot of them were put out before the manga series themselves finished, so it's like the anime will have different story arcs and endings than the actual manga. And Helsing 2001, not exactly the best, but it's still a fun experience, mostly because of the soundtrack. The soundtrack is chef's kiss. I love that hard bluesy vibe that it has. And then moving on to Sunday, that's when Jacob, Anthony, Charlie got to hang out, and we were playing Naruto Clue. It's like a well, Naruto Shippuden, but it was fun, and it took a while, but Kyler eventually won. And it's funny because like his notes, he accidentally erased them on his phone, but he could still deduce just like based on how everyone was asking stuff. So I'm proud of my husband for winning. But yeah, no, then we just had a lot of fun. I ordered Jollibee for everyone to have. Kyler has never had Jollibee before, and I've been trying to get him to try it. So I was glad. Like, Jollibee, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a Filipino fast food restaurant. There's some locations here in the US, mainly on the West Coast, but it's really fucking good. It's like Filipino KFC. Way better than KFC. But I got like a bunch of chicken buckets. We still have a lot left over because Kyler and I were like, everyone's gonna be eating a lot. But because I served rice with it, I think that filled us up for the most part. Everyone just had 2 each. And even then, Anthony came in late because he overslept. And he had Raising Cane's on the way, so it's like, hey, we have Jollibee. And then he comes in with like a Raising Cane's cup, and he's like, oh, whoops, I already ate. And I'm like, damn, dude. But yeah, we have a lot of leftover chicken now, and I had that for dinner, but good stuff. After Clue, we just ended the night with like non-stop Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it was funny because like all of us at some point here, this is where I got like a little screenshot here, screenshot, whatever you want to call it, but all of us played Pyra and Mithra at some point, because I started it because like I was like, I'm gonna be funny and I'm gonna play Mithra Pyra, and then Kyler follows suit. He's all like, oh yes, I'm gonna be Pyra and Mithra too. Actually, everyone should be Pyra and Mithra. And like Jacob kind of reluctantly joined in, and like I saw like Charlie was contemplating it, and so he chose it. So Anthony's like, oh fuck it, we're all Pyra Mithra. So that was fun. I think Charlie got the most wins. Like that guy is good. He is good at Smash. But yeah, no, everyone got at least like some wins. And it was fun. Like sometimes we had some 1v1s, but good shit. It was good shit. And then today we all decided to have brunch. Oh yeah, Anthony stayed over because it's been foggy as hell over here. And like, we ended at like, or like we were all like gonna turn in for the night at 1 a.m. But we look outside and it's like foggy as shit. So Anthony lives all the way in LA County, so it's at least a couple hours of a drive. So we're like, you know what? You can stay over here for the night because, you know, we want to make sure we don't want you to drive out in the fog for that long. So he's like, okay. So he was just crashing on our couch. Well, we have a futon pull out from our couch, but we hadn't used it since we first moved in here, and this house originally belonged to Kyler's grandma, and the furniture, pretty much all the furniture was still from when she was around, but when we pulled out the futon, like there's just this huge dust cloud that comes out. And I'm just like, oh shit. But Anthony didn't mind. And you know, it being a futon like from a couch, not really the best experience, or not the most comfortable, but you know, it still gets you through the night. But we all or like Charlie was like, hey, why don't we have breakfast the following day? So we had breakfast at this place called Pappy's Coffee Diner. It is really good. If you guys are ever in the Bakersfield area, go there. Go here. This is what I got. It's called a hobo omelet. It was so good. Like I had to take leftovers because I don't have a very big stomach. So like I usually bring leftovers home because America just loves doing big portions, but this shit was so good. Like it has bacon, ham, cheese, there were some greens in there, tomatoes, I think green peppers, like it's a big boy. And then I got some hash browns. And Whenever I go to a diner, like they'll always like give that option for toast as a side. I never eat my toast, so I always take it home with me. So the toast not pictured here, but yeah, they have like a whole lot of stuff on their menu, like different types of omelets, different types of like eggs Benedict, or it's like a standard American diner. Like they had like pancakes, they had some chorizo options as well. And I forgot. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's like kind of that Mexican American breakfast diner kind of cuisine. And they also have a lunch and dinner menu too. I saw that they had burgers, Philly cheesesteaks, like deli kind of sandwiches. What else do they have? I think they had steaks too. Oh, they also had chicken fried steaks as options as well, but all in all, just a well-rounded menu. And the decor was nice. I didn't really take any pictures of the decor, but they had like some antique gas pumps, antique sodas, soda machines, a lot of taxidermied heads. Like there was a boar behind us, and like there was like one tusk on one, like the top part, and then like another tusk on the bottom right. Like it felt like it was missing some tusks, and we're all looking at the head, and we're like, I think that's fake. Yeah, it probably is fake. And they had like taxidermied bison heads and moose heads, whatever. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool place. And now I'm here. And that's enough of the, you know, the rants and summaries of the weekend. Now it's time to actually move on to the game. Let me get that open. But yeah, that's just been my weekend. Hopefully you guys have also had a lovely weekend. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna turn off my musics. Alright. Here we go. No updates. So, last time on Hakuoki, I said no, just start the software. There we go. So last time on Hakuoki, let's see. There were a lot of disconnects in my Wi-Fi, so I can't really remember what happened towards the end, aside from I think Nagakura got in trouble for drinking past curfew again. But I do remember transitioning into the Edo Blossoms portion. Inoue sacrificed himself to save Nagakura. And by using the water of life, so Nagakura is now a Fury, and he was unconscious when that happened. Like, he just kind of force-fed the vial while Nagakura was unconscious. And he woke up not too long after, and he's like, "Whoa, Yukimura, what happened?" And she lied about what happened. She was all like, "Oh, you got shot, but Inoue helped you out, so like he took the final blow, whatever." I don't know. She said she didn't mention the Fury part, and it's just like, why would you lie about that? He's gonna find out eventually, which I don't think he completely found out last time, but he's all like, "I kind of lost my appetite. I don't know, I can't explain it." And I don't know, they never really established if Furies can eat normal food. Or maybe they did and I forgot it, but, you know, Furies mostly run on human blood, so it's like, or blood in general, because, I don't know, Yukimura's like, she's got Oni blood. So it's like, you know what, shit, now that I think about it, I don't think they ever, like, specified, like, can they drink animal blood and be okay? Like, they're basically vampires and shit, but it's like, I don't know, maybe it's always just like, oh, I crave human blood. No, why don't they like animal blood? Can't that count? Isn't that valid? I don't know. Will we ever find out? Who knows? But anyways, this is where we're at now. And we'll see where Hakuoki takes us next. I'm just ready for some visual novel and drinking fun. So let's get right to it. Oh, let me actually turn up the OBS volume a little bit. There we go. Alright. Here we go. After a few hours of deliberation, Hijikata and Sannan decided Nagakura's fate. As expected, he was ordered to serve in the Fury Corps. Oh, okay, so they did find out he's a Fury. Okay. Alright, I totally forgot about that. Excuse me. Until further notice, Nagakura was also tasked with guarding the infirmary where Kondo was receiving treatment. Nagakura, rather begrudgingly, had no choice but to accept his duty. A few days after he received his new orders, on one particular morning, I heard Nagakura stomp back into the Kama Inn, seeming more irate than usual.
近藤さんの警護って何なんだよ。あの人はそんなに偉いのか。
Oh god damn it, my speakers are doing that robot shit again. Hold on, I gotta restart the speaker. I don't know why it does that so much. It didn't used to be like that. There we go, that should be good.
しょうがねえんじゃねえの。近藤さんが銃で狙われたのは事実だし、それに俺たち羅刹だからさ。
なんだよ。羅刹だから銃弾の盾になれとでも言うのかよ。ちょっと人間扱いしろってんだよ。
This is so interesting because with like the trio that Heisuke, Nagakura, and Sanada? Harada. The trio that they have, the only one who doesn't become a Fury like ever is Harada. So it's interesting to see Nagakura here with Heisuke, because usually Nagakura just leaves the Shinsengumi with Harada. But now it's kind of like he's got to be stuck here in the Fury Corps. Unless, maybe he does leave. I guess we'll find out. But it's cool seeing he's in the dynamic of being in the Fury Corps with Heisuke.
あれってなんだ。
いや、なんでもね。でもまあ、辛くなったらこの薬を飲めばいいから。
It's also nice that now that we're in the Edo Blossoms portion and you know this is just solely Nagakura, I don't have to go skipping around. I'm in it for all the new content. Heisuke pulled something from out of his pocket, wrapped in paper, and handed it to Nagakura.
なんだこの薬。もしかして血が飲みたくなった時に飲むあれか。ふざけんな。俺は絶対血に狂ったりしねえぞ。
Okay, he got a little loud there. I'll take the 2 drinks for that. Oh man, yeah, this hibiscus cocktail sounds pretty good. Nagakura threw the medicine to the ground. I threw it on the ground. In a panic, I rushed to pick it up, but Nagakura had already stormed out of the room. Damn, good thing that wasn't like a drink or anything. Don't want any glass shattering.
新発さんに何かあった時は飲ませてやってくれ。
Oh, okay. Got it. I don't know about that. I nodded, truly hoping that such a time would never come. Later that evening, Nagakura, who normally would have been active at this hour of night, was holed up in his room. I became nervous imagining the possibilities. Nagakura, are you awake? There was no response. Perhaps he's just resting, I wondered to myself. If he was, then I would have to wake him. Just then, I sensed someone move on to the other side of the sliding door.
あのよ。起きちゃいるんだが、ちょっと今はまずいんだ。
He's wanking up. No, I'm just kidding. He's probably in his bloodlust episode.
しばらく一人に。
Damn. But yeah, no, he's gotta be in bloodlust mode. Hearing a pained scream coming from inside of the room, I instinctively opened the door. Excuse me, Nagakura. I'm coming in. Oh, yep, there we go. Yeah, drink for the bloodlust episode. Inside, I saw Nagakura on the floor, his arms desperately wrapped around his chest as if enduring some unspeakable pain. He gnashed his teeth, thick beads of sweat dripping from his forehead. His hair was pure white, and his wide eyes were scarlet. White drink. I immediately understood what this was. The Fury's bloodlust. I'd been told the craving for blood was excruciating, but in place of blood, all I had to help him was the medicine given to me by Heisuke. Nagakura said he wouldn't take neither blood nor medicine, but I give him blood! You have to give him blood! That's the rules. Fuck that medicine. You need blood, right, Nagakura? Please, drink my blood. Just to make sure, I'm gonna look at my little guide here. Yeah.
そんなことできねえ。できるわけねえだろ。
I ignored Nagakura's refusal, and I pulled my collar back slightly to expose my neck to him. You saved me, Nagakura. So now it's my turn to save you. Excuse me. I'm a demon, so whatever wounds I have will heal soon. So please, drink my blood. Excuse me. Oh, man. I pleaded with Nagakura, watching his face scrunch before he relented, nodding in defeat.
すまねえ。本当にすまねえ。頼みがある。
Why did he disappear?
後ろを向いたままでいてくれ。俺を。
Oh, okay. Maybe I turned away already. Alright. I won't look. Whoa! I felt him behind me. Slowly, the tickle of Nagakura's breath ran along the length of my neck. Whoa! Dang. Also, well, okay, one drink for CG, another drink for someone drinking Yukimoto's blood. And then, a prick. A piercing sensation sank into my neck. At first, it was just a dull pain. Then I felt the warmth of his lips. Nagakura urgently lapped up the drips of blood sliding down my skin. I could feel every subtle movement of his lips, his breath, and his tongue. It felt more ticklish than painful, and I desperately fought to keep my voice down.
本当にすまね
It's fine. Please don't hold back. Just drink. This is the least I can do for you. Nagakura responded wordlessly, the tight pull of his fingertips gripping me with more fervor. He was holding me harder and harder. It made my heart ache. How Nagakura was seeking me, drinking my blood by animalistic impulse. Eventually, Nagakura's grip loosened entirely. Unlike earlier, his breathing settled into a stable rhythm. Please come to me if it gets painful again.
え。いや、もうそんなことはできねえよ。
But it will happen again. Look, the cut is already sealed up, and helping you makes me happy.
すまねえ。ありがとうな。
Nagakura looked conflicted still. Oh. February 1868. The Hatamoto mansion became the new Shinsengumi headquarters. Also, that's a date drink. Up until this point, the Shinsengumi had often used inns or rented establishments to house their men, but now it was all theirs, much to everyone's delight.
なんだなんだ。結構いい屋敷じゃねえか。
Oh, Nagakura loud, 2 drinks. They're really giving a huge mansion like this for the Shinsengumi to use as their headquarters?
当たり前だろ。俺たちは幕府のためにあんだけ働いてきたんだ。
Yeah, Nagakura back to being loud. Jesus Christ. 2 more drinks.
まあ悪くはないよな。
これだけでかいと掃除が大変になるな。大丈夫かい？
Look. He just keeps being loud. 2 drinks. I'll do my best, so leave it to me. Will I be doing all the cleaning alone though?
安心しろって
Don't
俺も手伝
worry.
うからよ
That's a don't worry drink. A sincere sense of joy exuded from Nagakota's face, which brought a smile to my face in kind. For a while, he seemed depressed by the burden of his new affliction and watching after Kondo, but how many Hakuoki games are there? Dude, there are so much. Not all of them are translated though, but how are we doing today, Bork? What's up? We are doing a drinking game stream, so if you'd like to take part with an alcoholic beverage or a non-alcoholic beverage, I'll let you know when to drink. But yeah, like, the ones that I've played, so I've played Kyoto Winds, Edo Blossoms. This is a port mixing both Kyoto Winds and Edo Blossoms. Warriors of the Shinsengumi, the school one. So I guess that's 5 total I've played. There's a prequel game, 6. But yeah, no, there's way more than that. It's crazy. Like, it's actually kind of insane how big the series kind of is. Like, not big, but like there's a lot of games, a lot of adaptations, and I've just kind of been sucked into the rabbit hole a bit. You got banana watermelon Kool-Aid. That's a thing? Is it good? Like, banana and watermelon are 2 fruit I would never really expect to have mixed together like that. Interesting. This move was a step in a positive direction for the Shinsengumi. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I've never seen that before. It was around the time when we had finished moving from the Kama Inn to the Hatamoto mansion. Oh, I thought... excuse me, never mind, there's the burp. Kondo had made a full recovery, and now made his long-awaited return excuse me, to our new headquarters. All of the warriors grouped together in the hall, excited to see their leader in the flesh for the first time in several months.
みんな、随分と心配をかけたな。今日は良い知らせを持ってきたぞ。我ら新選組は幕府から甲府城の警護
Okay, Kondo a bit loud here. He gets 1 drink. Well, everyone gets 1 drink if they're not Nagakura. Oh shit! It's like a weaker version of what? That sounds so sad compared to the that we have as a sound alert. I don't know that that's just I don't know. It just sounds like less people. I'm dead, bro. Alright. I'll drink for that. They were loud.
それに伴い、俺は
Oh my
旗本としての身分と名前もいただいた。
We have all at home.
大久保剛だ。
Oh.
まあ、みんなはこれまで通り近藤と呼んでくれ。
近藤局長、甲府の警護とは何をするんですか？
よくぞ聞いてくれた。無人となっている甲府城を接収して新政府軍を食い止めることが目的である。これに伴い新選組の隊名も紅葉鎮武隊と改めることにした。うまく甲府城を治めたならば幕府は俺たちに10万石をくださるそうだ。大名だぞ、大名。
Wow. He got loud again. That's a drink. You know, I'm just realizing this, but he kind of sounds like the narrator from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't know if that's actually the same voice actor, but the way he said this line kind of sounds like narrator Kun.
近藤局長、すごいですよ。
Oh, sugoi. In the corner of the room, Nagakura was listening to the What? The conversion? He's listening to the conversion? Hold on. No. That's not right. Nagakura was listening to the conversion looking disengaged. Yeah, no. That should be conversation. Come on. These translators, man. Alright, that's a drink.
面白くねえな。俺たちに相談なしで決めてきたのかよ。
土方さんには相談しただろうけどな。
しかしまあ、 大使たちもやる気になってるみてえだし、何もしてないよりはマシだな。
You're right. It's been a while since I've seen our warriors this excited about anything. After the buzz settled, the soldiers left the hall to return to their rooms, leaving the captains behind.
ところで、この話はどこの誰から出てるんだ？
江戸城で慶喜公の代行をしておられる勝阿波の神殿からだ。それがどうかしたのか？
勝ってあれだろ？標準派の一番偉いやつじゃねえか。それが何だって甲府を守るとか言うんだ。
新政府軍から甲府を守れば勝殿も本腰を入れて奴らと戦う覚悟を決められるだろう。そのために何としても甲府城は手に入れなければならない。
そううまくいけばいいけどな。
Nagakura didn't seem convinced. Sensing the awkward atmosphere, Hijikata had Soma and the other pages bring something in.
今度の戦は俺たちも銃と大砲を持ってく。西洋式の長錬を取り入れていくから、お前らはこれに着替えとけ。
The uniform switch. Soma had a stack of folded clothing in his arms, which we later realized were new Western-style uniforms.
なんだこりゃ。洋服ってやつか？
Excuse me.
だよこんなもん。
ぐだぐだ言わずに着ろ。
おう
さあ甲府に連れて行かねえからな。
Ooh. Oh, hold on. Is that that's an order from him? No, he's just okay. Well, anyways, Hijikata got loud. That's a drink. Nagakura, Harada, and Heisuke were all speechless at Hijikata's order, staring at one another in shock. Oh, okay, you know what? Yeah, okay, that is a Hijikata says any form of that's an order, technically. So I'll drink for that. However, perhaps fearing being left behind, they all grabbed a set of clothing and left to change. I patiently waited for them to return, and then they had all changed into their Western clothes and had cut their hair to match. Whoa! I was taken aback by how different they appeared in their Western attire. Not the goofy on music. Why did they show the armpit first? Oh my god.
どうだい？この洋服、俺に似合ってるかな？
Fucking Nagakura. Well, that is a CG drink. Oh, look at him flexing. Damn. Mr. Rizzler over here. Oh god, Nagakura flexed playfully in front of me, feeling out the range of movement in his uniform. The new clothes were more form-fitting, unlike his usual kimono. Spider Cat, the bots are here! Ah! I don't know where Jacob went. Maybe he fell asleep. I feel like he might have napped or something. Here, I'm gonna see if... Fine, I'll do it myself! What pathetic... Hostersian. Bot. Banned forever! There we go, it's my job now. So that's how Westerners dress.
着てみると意外といいかもしれないぜ。着物のバタバタ感がないっつうか、動きやすいっつうか。あなた、とにかく動きやすいの一言だぜ。
They used things called belts instead of sashes and buttons to hold the clothing together. The colors were reminiscent of his old outfit, but having black as the base... Jesus Christ. But having black as the base color gave it a very well put together feel. Excuse me. My first reaction to Nagakura's uniform was... We gotta glaze him. I'm pretty sure we have to glaze him. Let me see. It looks fantastic. Yes! It looks fantastic!
そうだよな。俺の鍛えた体に
Wait, hold on.
立ってる気がしたんだよ。
I usually check my guide, but I have a feeling this is it. Oh yeah, there we go! Why didn't the moon show though? Oh well. Nagakura was giddy, bouncing around the hall in glee at how snugly the uniform fit his body.
もっと早く来てみりゃよかったぜ。お前さんの分もあればよかったのにな。
Yeah, what happened to mine? Oh, no need to worry about me. I'm not fighting, so I'm fine with what I'm wearing.
でもよ、洋服を着たらきっと可愛いんじゃねえかと思ってさ。
Oh. Nagakura probably hadn't meant anything by that, but it was enough for me to blush. Ooh.
ああ、今のままでも十分可愛いから大丈夫だよな。
Ooh. But he's not sister zoning us again, is he? No. Surely he didn't mean anything. How on earth he could just say things so nonchalantly right to my face? I'd never know. Seeing Nagakura react so excitedly was enough for me, though. I was happy simply seeing him happy. Aww. The Shinsengumi were making preparations several days ahead of their departure to Kofu. I seized this opportunity to visit my childhood home in Edo, where I hadn't been in over 4 years. Since returning to Edo, I hadn't visited even once. If I were to leave for Kofu, I wouldn't be able to come back for a while. Accompanying me on this brief journey was... Nagakura, I'm sorry for making you come along with me like this. It's the middle of the day. Are you alright being outside?
いいっていいって。昼間に起きて動いてるのも最近は慣れてきたところだし。三男さんや平介は太陽が眩しいとか言って部屋にこもってるけど、俺は全然平気だね。
I don't know. I think he's lying.
つうか、昼に動けなかったら甲府なんかに行けねえからさ。心配しなくていいぜ。
Don't worry, drink. Nagakura's unbridled enthusiasm made it impossible to say no. His spirits hadn't been this high since his condition as a fury was uncovered. Yet nothing seemed forced, and I genuinely sensed that he was back to his old self. I only hoped that it would continue. Oh look! The house is still standing. Honestly, I almost expected it to have burned down by now. The house was unkempt and overgrown with shrubbery after 4 years of neglect, but it was still there.
ここがお前さんの家か。いかにも診療所って感じだな。
Entering through the front door, we saw a thick layer of dust covering every surface.
随分と人の出入りがなかったみてえだな。
I don't think anyone's been inside of here since I left, which was 4 years ago.
でも
Dang,
まあ、
that's quite a bit.
この江戸で無人の家が4年も残ってるってのは運が良かったな。
Yes, sometimes luck really finds me. I was no stranger to stories of fires or thieves ravaging homes in Edo. It was unusual for a house to simply stay empty for so long. I looked around the house, vivid memories of days spent here with my father rising up before my eyes. I seemed to be the only one to have returned from Kyoto. I wondered where he could be at this very moment. Suddenly, I heard the creak of the door sliding open. Oh!
誰だ？
Huh?
人の家に勝手に上がり込んで。
Oh, it's Bald Father! Is this his first appearance in this route? Oh shit! Yeah, it is, huh? The man to whom Nagakura directed his harsh tone was none other than Father. Father? Is that really you?
あんた、行動さんか。
それと君は新選組の長倉君か。こんなところで会えるとはなんと運がいい。立ち寄ってみるものだな。
Damn, I wonder what fucked up thing is he gonna say or do this route? Where have you been all this time, Father? What have you been doing?
本当だぜ。4年前に今日から姿を消した後、どこにいたんだよ。
Seriously?
That's a seriously drink.
あれから4年か。私は西国のある藩から呼ばれてね。
A certain domain, huh?
その後、全く自由が利かず、
That's kind
連
of
絡を取るこ
sus.
ともできなかったのだ。お前が新選組の世話になっていることは知っていたのだよ。ようやく自由が利くようになってね。今日まで迎えに行き、その後、 ここまで追いかけてきたんだよ。江戸に戻って早々お前と出会えるとは本当に良かった。
So that's what happened. But if you knew that I was with the Shinsengumi, then you should have visited their headquarters.
そうしようと思ったのだが、新選組が邪魔でね。
All the music stops, you know shit. Yeah, it's like, oh fuck. Yeah, this
どう
guy's
しようかと思っ
definitely
ていたとこ
sus.
ろだったんだよ。ちょうどいい。私と一緒に京に戻ろう。
Nagakura cut in, annoyed, interrupting my father as he spoke joyfully.
ちょっと待ってくれ。俺たちが邪魔ってどういうことだよ。
Yeah, what do you mean? Also, he got a bit louder, so that's 2 drinks.
言葉通りだ。ここまで娘を守ってくれたことには感謝するが、もう君たちの役目はおしまいだ。
Father, you shouldn't say it like that. We should visit the headquarters at least once. Don't you think it'd be good to say hello?
そんな必要はない。お前は今から私と京に戻るんだ。
But why? Kyoto is under the control of the Sacho. What's waiting for us there?
そんなこと。
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. This route too, he's like this? No, get out of here. Kazuma? Did he mean... How do you know Kazuma, father?
そんなの分かりきってるぜ。あの鬼と繋がってるってことだろ。おい、コードさん。どうしてあいつらのことを知ってるのか力ずくでも話してもらうぜ。
Oh, yeah, Nagakura loud, 2 drinks. Nagakura stretched his arm out to grab father by the collar, but he was too slow. Ooh.
俺、どこに
Oh shit! Damn. He's in the blink of an eye, father appeared behind Nagakura. Damn, no, just the way he like showed up like that.
君たち人間よりは強い。
Oh yes, yes, he's human,
心し
absolutely.
てかかってきなさい。
I don't think... I feel like this soundtrack, like this song is new. Huh. Demon. So you are a demon too, father?
風間様から聞いたのだろう。そう。雪村家は鬼の一族なのだよ。
鬼が相手と聞いちゃ、コードさんといえども手加減できねえな。
Yeah, he got louder, 2 more drinks. Nagakura drew his sword. Nagakura.
大丈夫。
Don't worry. Don't worry,
ちょっと痛い
drink
目に遭
2,
わせるだけ
damn.
だからよ。
Nagakura flipped his blade so the back of it was showing, and lunged towards my father at breakneck speed. His sword, however, failed to reach its target.
くそ、どうなってやがるんだ。
風間様を手こずらせたという新選組がこの程度とはがっかりだ。あれほど剣客を自慢していた君がこれでは。
It feels like Bald Father got muted. What?
痛かったのもうなずける。
Or is Nagakura just that loud? Fuck.
ああ、君ら人間の剣術はそんなものだ。
Oh wait, okay, there we go. Normal volume.
鬼や羅刹の足元にも及ばんよ。
俺があんたに鬼にかなわねえっていうのか。
Oh, there we go. Nagakura fell for father's taunts, his hair and eyes changing color in an instant.
その姿、なるほど。君も落ち水を飲んで羅刹になっていたのか。
黙って聞いてりゃふざけるんじゃねえぞ。
Okay, you got loud, but I have to get another drink. Here, I'll be right back. Actually, I think Chowder should go outside. Chowder, come on. Come on. It's time for you to go pee pee poo poo. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, no, I put Chowder outside for a bathroom break and it's looking foggy outside again. We're really living in Silent Hill now. Well, let's see. Another one of the drinks Charlie brought was Cayman Jack. This is the strawberry margarita flavor, so I'm gonna drink that here. 2 drinks for Nagakura being allowed. Oh yeah, and it really tastes like strawberry. Good shit. Nagakura's new ability has enhanced his technique and speed, making him too much for father to handle alone.
新選組の幹部が羅刹化すると厄介な存在となるようだ。君は鬼に勝るとも劣らない素晴らしい羅刹だ。
だから俺をその名で呼ぶな。
Oh yeah, definitely two drink for loud Nagakura. Father ignored Nagakura's livid exclamation and instead shifted his gaze over to me.
今日はここまでとしよう。また迎えに来るよ。
てめえ待ちやがれ。
Oh yep, two more drinks. Nagakura slashed at where father had been standing, but he vanished like smoke in front of her eyes. Realizing that his foe had escaped him, Nagakura's eyes and hair reverted back to their normal form. Nagakura.
俺はなりたくて羅刹になったわけじゃねえ。
I didn't choose the Fury life. The Fury life chose me.
なりたくてなったわけじゃなんだよ。
Oh, fuck. Damn, dude, I felt that. Well, that's 2 more drinks. He shouted so hard his voice cracked. This was the cry he had been holding back ever since he drunk the water of life. Aww. Chapter 2. Damn, okay. We're already here. March 1868. That's a date drink. The Shinsengumi renamed themselves the Koyo Regulatory Company and set off for Kofu Castle. Nearly 200 men filed into neatly organized lines, including their new recruits and shogunate reinforcements, for the long, arduous trek to Kofu. As for me, after I'd reported what happened with my father, it was decided that it was unsafe for me to remain in Edo, and so I joined their convoy. Nagakura and the rest of the Fury Corps were also joining us. Oh, okay, I thought I was gonna burp. Hold on. Wait. Excuse me, there we go. Although Nagakura briefed the Shinsengumi on his interaction with my father in Edo. Excuse me. Oh, he left out the details regarding the use of his powers, or the truth he'd cried out that day. Ever since that day, Nagakura and I hadn't had any one-on-one discussions at all. Oof. It was like we were both avoiding the situation by burying what had actually happened. No! No, that's not good communication, no! Every time I saw Nagakura, my heart ached. Talk to him, damn it! The Koyo Regulatory Company had one minor situation to deal with once our convoy reached Hachioji. While the rest of the troop, which included myself and the rest of the captains, were moving onwards, Kondo had remained in his hometown Tama and seemed to have no intention of leaving anytime soon.
近藤さんは多摩で何やってるんだよ。宴会に何日かけるつもりなんだ。
地元に錦を飾りてって気持ちはわからなくもねえだろう。
俺は江戸に帰ってからって実家に顔出したりしなかったぜ。
それはお前が勝手に脱藩したから帰りづらかっただけだろ。
まあそうとも言うが、つうが近藤さんは浮かれすぎだろ。名前をもらったとか大名になったとかガキじゃあるまいし。たく
そう言うな。近藤さんは局長としての仕事がある。
According to Hijikata, even just greeting people who supported the Shinsengumi took up a lot of time. Kondo also had an eye for talent and was trying to entice new recruits into joining our cause. Although there was some substance behind Nagakura's concerns, Hijikata was quick to cut them short.
分かってるよ。新参の大使どもを気持ちよくさせて甲府に連れてくって算段だろ。けどよ、今は行軍中なんだぜ。時と場合ってもんがあるだろ。
Nagakura spat out indignantly and stormed off into the forest. I couldn't just leave him like that, so I went off running after him. After walking through the forest for a while, I found Nagakura beyond the shadow of the trees.
こんなんで本当に勝てるのかよ。
He sighed and punched a nearby tree trunk, reminding me of his demeanor back when we first arrived in Edo. I wanted to do something for him, so I called out to him. Nagakura? Is it alright if I join you?
ああ、いいぜ。
I called out to him without much thought and didn't know what to say. Well, at this moment, we should address the current problem at hand, or for him, which would be Kondo. So let's talk about Kondo. It seemed like Nagakura was most angry about Kondo not rejoining us quickly enough. Perhaps if we talked it through, he could accept the situation as it was. Kondo is late, huh? We must have many people to greet. Okay, technically that's Yukimoto saying "ha" as a drink. Yeah, I'll count it. Besides, knowing Kondo, it's probably not easy saying no to any of those people either. I didn't have the faintest idea of how to follow up the conversation, but thankfully Nagakura chimed in shortly afterwards.
ああ、そうさ。あそこは近藤
Oh
さんのふる
shit.
さとで。
No, wait, hold on. The guide says it. No, I fucked up. I was supposed to say the other thing. Here. So that's a drink for the wrong answer. Alright. Apologize about father. Though I knew he was worried about the situation with Kondo, it seemed to me that the fight with my father in Edo was the root cause of his lack of spirits. More specifically, it was father calling him a fury that had cut most deep. So it was important for me to apologize on my father's behalf. I want to apologize for the other day. You saved me, Nagakura. My father, however, was so cruel to you.
あのことは逆に忘れてほしいくらいなんだ。
What? But he was...
羅刹って言われて逆上してついカッとなっちまった。羅刹の力をもっとうまく使わないといけねえよな。
I am truly sorry.
俺もあの時のことをちゃんと謝らなくてすまなかった。
Well, Nagakura chuckled.
だからお互い様っつうが相手ってことでよしとしようぜ。
Even?
ああ、互いに江戸っ子だろ。ぐじぐじ悩まないで水に流そうぜ。
Well, that's true, huh? Both of them are from Edo. Alright.
やっぱ笑顔の方が似合うな。
Hey, Ron Part, what's up? How are we doing today? We're doing a drinking game, so if you'd like to take part with an alcoholic beverage or a non-alcoholic beverage, I'll let you know when to drink. Oh. Really?
ああ、その笑顔が見られて俺も肩の荷が下りたぜ。
Seeing how happy Nagakura was as he said this made me feel the exact same way. Being able to speak so openly about about that day's events was a huge load off of my chest. Oh, thank you, I will drink some water.
さて、みんなのところに戻って少しは寝ろよ。俺はもう少しここで 頭を冷やしていくからさ。
Alright. Just make sure to return as soon as you can, please. Just as I was turning around to head back towards the troop. Uh-oh. It's happening. Nagakura? Nagakura! Was he experiencing bloodlust? Nagakura's pain seemed to grow worse yet. Yep.
なんでもねえんだ。
Don't worry.
俺のことはいいから。
Alright, that's a bloodlust and a don't worry drink. His voice was strained, and his hair and eyes were slowly changing color. What should I do? Well, obviously you gotta give him blood. I can't just leave you like this. I can't just walk away while you suffer. Without a second thought, I drew my kodachi. You can't afford anyone else seeing you like this, right? Then you have to drink my blood.
ダメだ。女の子がそんなことしちゃ。それに血を飲んだら俺は本当の羅刹に。
Please, just take my blood. I turned around, my back facing Nagakura, and slid the cold, sharp edge along the nape of my neck. Here we go again. Reused drawing, different background. Eventually, I felt Nagakura press his lips to the open wound on my neck, and I shivered. Excuse me. I could distinctly feel Nagakura's warm breath over my skin, contrasting with the cold breeze.
本当にすまねえ。
Alright, yeah, so CG drink and drinking blood drink. He reluctantly traced his tongue onto my skin. Please, don't worry! My cut will heal itself in no time. So please, don't hold back. The fucking don't worries. Anyways, don't worry drink. I must have gotten through to Nagakura because his breath grew ragged and he began to suck my blood. Nagakura hated doing this. The fact that he had no choice must be tearing him apart. But even so, if I could help soothe Nagakura's pain, even if just a little bit, I would shed as much blood as he needed. After some time had passed, Nagakura's condition seemed to stabilize, and his hair and eyes were returned to their normal color. Luckily, no one had discovered either of us during his seizure.
すまねえな。みっともないところを見せちまって。
That's not true. I just hate seeing you in so much pain. Back in Fushimi, and when the two of us met my father, you were the one who saved me. So this time, I wanted to be the one to save you. All I think about is what I can do for you.
いいんだよ。女の子を守るのは俺たちの仕事っていうか、男冥利に尽きるだろ。俺はさ、お前さんを助けることができたことを嬉しく思ってるんだ。だから、そこまで気にする必要はねえよ。
But then again, to save me, you had to become a... I cut myself short, realizing that I'd just be reminding him of his affliction. I cut myself short, realizing that I'd just be reminding him of his affliction. Nagakura picked up on my awkward pause and proceeded to speak warmly in a kind, hushed tone.
お前さんは俺の妹
Oh my god, why does he keep sisters owning us, bro?
当たり前だろ。
Bro, stop. Stop. We're supposed to be romancing. Why do you keep doing this? This is the third fucking time. Excuse me.
ああ、妹じゃなくても助けたっていう。
Oh, ooh, okay, okay. There we go. Alright, okay. We're getting somewhere. We're kind of getting somewhere. Huh? If I weren't like a sister to you? Huh, drink.
ああ、妹じゃなくても。
Oh, he's flustered. Since we had made our first acquaintance in Kyoto, Nagakura had treated me like a little sister. Does that mean... Just as I mustered up the courage to ask him to clarify what he had meant,
おい新八さんどこにいるんだ
おうおうここだぜ
oh, okay, that's definitely two Nagakura loud drinks. Emerging from the darkness was Heisuke, who was guided by Nagakura's boisterous response.
大変なんだすぐに戻ってくれ甲府城が敵に取ら
Oh
れ
my
たら
gosh,
しい
that's right. Heisuke looks so different.
なんだとわかったすぐに行く
You know what? I'll take that as two more loud Nagakura drinks. Nagakura and Heisuke nodded at each other, and together they sprinted back towards our camp. I rushed after them as well. Back at our camp, all of the captains were gathered in a circle, heatedly discussing their next move. Shimada was tasked with retrieving Kondo, and Hijikata left for Yokohama to acquire reinforcements. Keisuke and Sanan, on the other hand, went to Kofu Castle again to gather more intelligence. The remaining captains were tasked with mobilizing their soldiers to march onwards to Kofu Castle. In the end, it was true. The Imperial Army had already occupied the castle. Heisuke and Sanan found out that the enemy's side were already armed and ready. As if to make matters worse, our streak of bad luck continued. By the time of our arrival in Kofu, our force, once 200 strong, had dwindled to half that. News of Kofu Castle's occupation by the enemy raced through our ranks like wildfire, prompting some to flee dishonorably. Nagakura, watching the castle in the distance, was growing agitated.
これっぽっちの装備じゃ白攻めになりゃしねえ撤退だな
こっちの大使も半分が逃げちまってるし仕方がね
According to Nagakura, laying siege to a castle required nearly double the forces of your opponent, which made our chances of victory even slimmer. Just as the discussion of our retreat was circulating amongst the men, a rumble towards the back line caught Nagakura's attention. Amongst drink. A small platoon of our men had set up an encampment atop a raised hill that overlooked the castle. Oh, hold on. Okay, I had to sneeze. I'm good now.
おいおいこいつはどういうことだよ誰がここに陣を張れって言ったんだ
Oh, and that's two loud Nagakura drinks. Nagakura barged into their camp, but ran into Kondo, who had returned from Tama without our notice.
これから戦をするというのに陣がなくては話にならんだろう
待ってくれ近藤さんこのまま城攻めを始める気か
Definitely two more Nagakura loud drinks.
ああ幕府から任されてきているんだぞこのまま何もせずにおめおめと引き返すわけにはいかないだろう
こっちは100人しかいねえんだぞそれに武器だって城攻めには足りなすぎる
Nagakura, keep being loud. Two more drinks. Damn.
長倉君臆したのかね
ふざけんな鳥羽伏見を知らねえあんたが戦を語ってるんじゃねえよ
Two more drinks.
とにかくこのまま退陣するいつでも戦える準備をしておいてくれ
In spite of Nagakura's warning about our terrible odds, Kondo insisted on continuing the siege.
困ったもんだぜどうにかして近藤さんを説得しねえと
土方さんが援軍を呼んでくるって言っちまったけどよ間に合うのか
Much to our dismay, the Imperial army seemed to have noticed us. From afar, we could make out a formation of troops making their gradual march towards our base of operations. The enemy was approaching. Just then, A gunshot echoed from somewhere in our ranks.
今撃ったのはどいつだ。
Nagakura! Nagakura! 2 more drinks! Nagakura yelled frantically to our men, but it was futile. That one shot signaled the start of hostilities. Excuse me. In no time, showers of gunfire went off on both sides. Excuse me. Nagakura, Harada, and Saito all led their divisions, just as swiftly and confidently as in their Kyoto days, charging forward with a ferocious vigor. Heisuke and Sanan came to their aid, rushing with their comrades into enemy territory. I stood with Kondo in the back line, watching our friends fighting in the distance. The Imperial Army's tactics were no different during the Battle of Tobofushimi. Although this time we too had our own cannons and artillery forces, I had a terrible feeling. Just as I feared, our allies were falling, one by one. Witnessing our allies helpless against the enemy, Kondo began to shout out angrily.
敵の大砲が何だというのだ。こっちも大砲で反撃だ。
無理です。大砲は使える大使がいません。
いないとはどういうことかね。
昨晩のうちに逃げてしまったようで。
ということだ。では、全員抜刀。これから切り込みをかける。
Okay, that's one loud Kondo drink. Kondo had his fingers wrapped around the hilt of his blade when Saito suddenly emerged. Oh, we haven't seen Saito in a while.
局長、お待ちください。
おお、斉藤君か。今から切り込みを開始するぞ。
Oh, another loud Kondo drink.
それは敵の部隊の中にどうやら羅刹兵が混じっているようです。
Kondo's brow furrowed nervously, and he paused for a moment as he considered Saito's news.
そんなバカな。なぜ敵に羅刹が。見間違いじゃないのか。
Kondo, loud drink.
見間違いじゃないぜ。俺も最前線で敵の羅刹と戦ってきた。この戦はもうダメだ。撤退しよう、近藤さん。
Nagakura was filthy with layers of soot and blood.
撤退だと。
Next, it was Harada who returned from the battlefield, and he too spoke up in objection to Kondo.
近藤さん、撤退は恥じゃねえ。今は引いて体勢を立て直すのが先決だ。
いや、戦はこのまま続ける。
Bro.
敵には羅刹が混じってるんだぞ。どうするんだよ。
Alright, hold on. So I need to do 2 more Nagakura drinks, but also I need to take a Persona. Nagakura be getting all these drinks here. So hold on. Let me find a thing to play. Let's see. Okay, I think I found something. Yeah, I found something. Alright, so I'm going to take a Persona break. Excuse me. If you guys also need to take a Persona break, by all means, please do. Yeah, let's see. Turn that down. Or if you just want to, if you want to get some food, like snacks or whatever, you can do that. If you want to get some fresh air, do that. But I will be back shortly, so stay tuned.
Take off your high heel sneakers, it's party time. Girls don't seem to care what's on, as long as it plays till dawn. Nothing but blues and Elvis, and somebody else's favorite song. Give us some fucked up music, she treats you nice. Feed us some hungry reggae, she'll love you twice. Girls don't seem to care tonight, as long as the mood is right. No static at all. No static at all. No static at all. Give us some fucked up music, she treats you nice. Feed us some hungry reggae, she'll love you twice. Girls don't seem to care tonight, as long as the mood is right. No static at all. No static at all. No static at all.
All right, I have returned. So, that song that we were listening to for the Persona break was FM, a cover of the Steely Dan song done by Nathan Haynes featuring 2D from Gorillaz. Excuse me. So, I don't know if Twitch is gonna actually copyright me for that. I just realized because Nathan Haynes, like, this song is on Spotify, but I was just kind of trying to remember, like, Steely Dan related covers to use for pre-stream, or not pre-stream, the Persona break. Because I love Steely Dan, like, one of my favorite bands now, like, especially, but I've been listening to them for well, a while. I wish I found out about them sooner, like in high school. I was just thinking about this because, like, I remember in high school we had to write about American artists or bands, and this was this was when I first found out about Earthbound. But I had a bunch of Earthbound like musicians referenced by Earthbound, and also the Eagles. I can't remember why. You know what? I don't remember why I put the Eagles on there, but I did kind of like the Eagles back then. And I remember my English teacher for high school was like, "Oh my gosh, you like the Eagles?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Yeah, you can write your report about them." So like, cause like we had to make a list, and then like it had to be approved by our teacher, and then he kind of give us suggestions for who we write about. So I chose to write my report about the Eagles, and and then my English teacher was like, he always just kind of fanboy over the Eagles with me, or be like, "Hey, they have this documentary out," and I'm like, "Oh, cool," and I check it out. But yeah, no, Steely Dan and the Eagles are both bands from, they were out around the same time, but they had a respect for each other, referencing each other in their lyrics. Because I can't remember the name of the Steely Dan song at the top, like at the tip of my head, but like, or at the top of my head, but there's a song, and it's all like, "Turn up the Eagles, the neighbors are listening," and then in turn, the Eagles, "Hotel California," which is pretty much the most popular Eagles song that everyone knows. They're all like, there's a line where they mention Steely knives, so that's supposed to be a nod to Steely Dan. So yeah, it's just nice that they have nods to each other. But yeah, if I knew about Steely Dan back then, maybe I would have been able to write about them. But it's okay. Anyway, I went off on a tangent there. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just back on my Steely Dan phase. Like I've been listening to them a lot since like the end of last year. I mean, yeah, just like, it's just randomly like, "Hey, yeah, I'm just really in that jazzy mood. That jazz rock pop fusion kind of mood." And it's still persisting up until today. So, yeah, I love Steely Dan, man. So it's just FM. It's a nice song. It's a nice groovy song. But I think it's interesting that Nathan Haynes specifically like has it as like 2D from Gorillaz, which yes, it is 2D from Gorillaz, but it's like, it's Damon Albarn, so it's like, you have to wonder. I mean, I never looked into this, but I don't know why he was like, "Let's have this credited to 2D instead of Damon," but I'm all for it. So it technically counts as a Gorillaz song. Not exclusively on Gorillaz discography, but is definitely in Nathan Haynes' discography. So I don't know if Twitch is gonna copyright me for that, but if anything, they're just gonna mute it on the VOD. So it's all good. I'm just here. I'm just vibing, just chilling out. But yeah. Anyways, I will definitely credit it for sure on the YouTube VOD once it comes out. Oh, also speaking of YouTube VODs, so last week, I couldn't post anything on YouTube. Like, this is so stupid. I got, like, striked by YouTube for having a playlist consisted of videos that none of them are mine, but it's like they removed my rights to post, or they blocked me from posting anything because of this playlist, and it just went against their guidelines, policy, whatever, and it's like, none of these fucking videos are mine. Why am I getting striked for this? So I tried to appeal it, but it didn't go through. So because of that, I couldn't post any of my YouTube VODs for a week, but now I'm just kind of slowly posting them because I got access again. I think it was Saturday or Friday. But yeah, that if you've been on my YouTube channel just kind of looking for my VODs and noticed that I hadn't been posting for a bit, that's why. But I have been slowly posting, so just in case this little like strike would go on past the time like my VODs would expire, I did have everything saved just in case. But yeah, no, everything should be going smoothly. Everything's going just as planned, whatever. Everything's back to normal. But yeah, anyways, I'm back I'm back from my Persona break and I'm ready for some more Hakuoki. I come back with... So, this is the last one in our fridge. High Noon Vodka Seltzer. Kyler wanted to buy these, but honestly, like, I'm just trying to clear out the fridge and just to kind of switch a little bit. But it's a vodka seltzer. It's kiwi flavor, this one. We got a pack that's like, you know, a variety of flavors. But for Nagakura here being allowed, I take the 2 drinks now that I actually have drink. Let me just actually turn that sound back on. But yeah, I'm just gonna take it a little lower key. But it's still alcoholic. Absolutely. So yeah, 2 drinks. But yeah, like no one else is gonna drink this, so it's like I'll drink it. I'll finish it off. Whatever. It's still good. But yeah, compared to like other seltzers or anything, you can't really taste the alcohol in this one. Not really. But at least it tastes as good. Kondo's suggestion was so matter-of-fact. Nagakura grit his teeth angrily in response. He glared straight at Kondo, and then he spoke curtly. Alright, definitely 2 Nagakura loud drinks. You know what? He was loud again. 2 more drinks. Okay, Haruda was loud, but he gets only 1 drink. Both Nagakura and Haruda were staring down Kondo, closing in on him until he relented. Loud Haruda drink. As soon as Haruda announced the retreat, our men rushed back. Nagakura stood silently, wearing a forlorn expression as he turned to look at me. But you're staying back to fight, aren't you, Nagakura? And time for my meds. I didn't want to worry Nagakura for a second longer. Alright, I'll go on ahead, but promise me that you'll come back. Nagakura gave a big nod, then spun around on his heel, running towards the front line. Excuse me. While they were throwing themselves back into that hellish battlefield, Kondo and I fled back to Edo. Excuse me. All of our soldiers dropped their weapons and rushed in the direction of Edo in sheer panic. En route, Kondo's face was drained of color, and he was silent the entire trip. As we re-entered Edo, Kondo declared his intent to rest at Tama. Anxious about the fate of our warriors, I returned to our headquarters to wait for them. As time went by, warriors returned slowly, one by one. While I had wanted to stand outside of the main entrance in anticipation for Nagakura's return, there was no real opportunity for me to do so. I was tasked with preparing everyone's meals, tending to the injured, and doing the laundry. There was a mountain of chores to do. By the time I could finally breathe, it was midnight, the world enveloped in total darkness. I stepped quietly into the common room to take a break when... Surprise! There stood Nagakura, of course. Nagakura, you're safe. I'm so glad. I was worried sick about you. Damn, he's been here for a while, huh? How did the battle... Oof. Nagakura took deep breaths as he admitted their defeat and sat down heavily on the floor. His shoulders began to tremble. I softly reached my hand towards Nagakura's shoulders. I couldn't help it. Oh. Yeah, that's a CG drink. For once, his broad frame looked so fragile and small as he shook. I threw my arms around him, desperate to comfort him. Oof. I knew full well who Nagakura was referring to. I knew it so well it hurt. Nagakura was heartbroken and frustrated, shaking as he tried to hold back his sobs. Hold on, is that a drink? Yeah, twice if someone... 2 drinks if someone's obviously holding back tears. So that's 2 drinks then. That's not it at all. Please, don't think of it like that. I embraced him as tight as I could. I thought it best to tell him. I understand where you're coming from. We gotta be on the same... We gotta be on the same page, right? It's fine. I understand. Nagakura looked up, his eyes gleaming as they gazed deeply into mine. I returned his probing glance, nodding intently in response. No matter what, you're still you, Nagakura. Human or fury, nothing can change that. Ah, there we go. I didn't even need to look at my guide. But I don't know why it doesn't show the moon anymore. Nagakura blinked in surprise, and then let out a slight but happy chuckle. Okay, it got loud. That's 2 drinks. After a brief moment, Nagakura straightened his back, seeming a little brighter. Of course. Had I been able to help him? Nothing else could possibly make me happier. Although my mind lingered on the last bit of his sentence, and I wondered to myself what he could have meant by doing what he felt was right. After a few days passed, Kondo, who had been holed up in Tama, returned to the headquarters alongside Hijikata.
Seriously?
I think that's also I feel like that's how Nagakura would respond here to him, but seriously, drink. Man. Oh, he loud. 2 drinks. Yes, it needs to be now. Kondo seemed unwilling, but Nagakura's straightforward request gave him no room to refuse. The 2 of them were joined by Hijikata and Harada, and so their discussion began. At some point, Sannan and Heisuke were summoned as well. I could only look on from some ways away, holding my breath. I flinched when someone suddenly raised their voice. Okay, yep, that's definitely 2 drinks. Oh. Shit, yeah. Okay, I guess he is still leaving, nonetheless. That's just his canon event. But he's just a little bit different. Oof. Oh no, that's gonna piss Nagakura the fuck off. He's loud, 2 drinks. Nagakura stormed out of the room. He's out too. Okay, so that still happens even if Nagakura's a fury. Interesting. Nagakura was leaving? Would it be alright for Nagakura, whose existence as a fury was protected with the Shinsengumi, to leave? If he were to be struck with another episode of bloodlust, could he endure the pain alone? My resolve crystallized in an instant. I went up to Hijikata, who was visibly upset. Hijikata? Nagakura becoming a fury was entirely my fault. In order to protect me, Nagakura was forced into drinking the water of life. So if Nagakura's nature as a fury is part of the problem, then I can't just let him leave without me. I will take care of Nagakura, so please allow Nagakura to do what he feels is best. Please, please allow me to leave the Shinsengumi with Nagakura. I bowed deeply. Although I expected Hijikata to start scolding me, his fearsome booming voice never came. I looked up, fearful. It's like, yeah, fucking, you were a burden! No, just kidding. But damn. Nagakura would protect me? So all of this must mean... You approve? Okay. I had nearly no opportunity to thank the Shinsengumi men before running after Nagakura. My first instinct was to head for his bedroom. Nagakura was packing his belongings. Nagakura, you're leaving the Shinsengumi, right? Well, so am I. Nagakura cut me off, giving me the impression that his anger hadn't quite simmered down. Bro, I just said I'm leaving too! Nagakura bowed respectfully, but before he could continue, I rushed to chime in. Please look at me. Oh, wait. Oh, excuse me, there we go. Nagakura looked up, puzzled. Excuse me, and I was finally able to tell him what was on my mind. You see, I've decided to leave as well. Because I'm worried about you, Nagakura. Well, more to the point, the fact is, I'm the reason that you're a Fury. But you and Inoue gave your lives for mine, and this time I want to help you. Nagakura's eyes dropped nervously to the floor, and for a moment, a silence fell between us. Then he adopted a careful tone of voice. Excuse me. Damn, dude. Ready to give me up that easily? No, it's not. We're trying to romance you, damn it! He stared back at me earnestly. Aww. Yes. I will follow you wherever you go. Oh, okay, you got loud. 2 drinks. A bright, sunny smile spread across his face for the first time in a long while. And he's blushing. Aww. As I left Nagakura's room, I ran into Haruda. He seemed to have been waiting for me. Do you think I'd just get in the way? I expected him to nod in agreement, but surprisingly, Haruda smiled warmly instead. Yes. It was the very next evening. Our preparations to leave were completed, and all of us were standing outside of the entrance gate. Soma and Nomura stepped back, and in their stead, Saito appeared to bid us farewell. Oh, you said that kind of loudly too. Alright, 2 drinks. Oh. Wait. There was a hint of melancholy twinkling in Haruda's eye as he stared back towards the gate. Saito, thank you for everything over these past 4 years. Yes. And so the 3 of us left the Shinsengumi. Ooh, chapter 3. But damn, all these drinking prompts really get me wanting to pee some more, so I think I need to take another Persona break. It'd be like that, unfortunately. Okay, hold on. So let me find something to play. Let me see. Huh. Ooh, excuse me. What would be good? What would be good to play? Zeppeli your goat. Yes. It's his birthday today. Well, at least here on the West Coast, it's still his birthday. But yeah, how we doing today, Nightmare SSB? What's up? I do need to take a quick Persona break, so I'll be right back. But, damn, yeah, we are doing a drinking game stream. If you want to take part with an alcoholic beverage or a non-alcoholic beverage, I'll let you know when to take part, when to drink. But, man, excuse me. I really need to pee. Well, let's see, I gotta find something. I gotta find the right thing to play. But where is the right thing to play? Where is it? Oh, you know what? I think I found something. Alright. I'll be right back. So, if you guys also need to take a Persona break, or you want to get some snacks or something, if you want to take a breath of fresh air, by all means, please do. I will be right back. Alright, so I have returned. So, that song that we were playing for the other Persona break, this new one is Trainer's Eyes Meet Last from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. But I mean, if you play the Pokemon games, if you're a Pokemon fan, you would know that there's not usually vocals in tracks, especially for an encounter theme like that. So that was a Siva Gonna Rip. So the melody used is Whatever by Kaigo and Ava Max. And let's see. So and that whatever is like it's like an extrapolation, like it uses the same melody as that one Shakira song, Whatever Whenever, I think. Hold on, let me just double check. Excuse me. Yeah, Whenever Wherever. So instead whatever is like, you know, it's the what instead. But yeah, I remember when I first heard this riff, I'm like, it's that Shakira song. When really it's more specifically that Kaigo song, but in and of itself, it is technically a rearrangement of the Shakira song, so they're all related. And even then, the Shakira song is a rearrangement of the Gloria Estefan song, Suerte. But yeah, I don't know. I just know it's a catchy riff. It's a catchy song. Hearing it in the Diamond and Pearl sound font, I think sounds great. But yeah, I'll be sure to credit it once I get the YouTube VOD up. But yeah, nah, when I be drinking all the alcohols, it makes me really need to take a pissona. So we are back now. So I'm ready for a little more reading. All right. Let us continue. After leaving the Shinsengumi, Nagakura led us to a residence belonging to one of his old friends. Despite Nagakura and Harada's departure from the Shinsengumi, they retained a fiery resolve to fight the Imperial Army. As such, Nagakura's reunion with his old friend gave them the impetus to create a new organization. Henceforth, they became known as the Seikyo Corps. Oh, this is new. Okay, cool. The chief of the Seikyo Corps was Nagakura's friend, whom I later learned was named Haga. Nagakura and Harada were named vice commanders. As for myself, I was allowed to stay when Nagakura stated that I was a relative of his. Oh my god, are we getting fucking sister zoned again? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. No. He claimed that the Seikyo Corps could use my services since I had a medical background. The Seikyo Corps quickly found its feet and, with the support of the shogunate, recruited 100 men. Wow.
今回の盛況隊は上下の関係じゃなくて幕府のために戦おうってやつが集まってたんだ。そんなやつが100人も集まってることの方が俺は嬉しいね。
Nagakura had been speaking so excitedly, but all of a sudden, he lowered his voice. A brother? Oh my god. Well, that is true. It's a good point, but damn. Now we're brother zoned! Of course it's fine. Please, don't worry. How damn, that's a lot of don't worry drinks today. Man. I hadn't expected to be admitted into their ranks as a woman from the start, but this time I wasn't a page, but rather a younger brother. But the more I thought about it, even to Nagakura, I was something akin to a sister to him. So I suppose this was somewhat of a step up in rank. My brother in Christ! You're still considered a sibling. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. I can't believe this is the premise of this fucking route. No, I won't tolerate this sister zoning. God damn it. Whatever. There was nothing to be done about it. Nagakura himself seemed greatly satisfied with how the Seikyo Corps was coming together so quickly. As their members gradually became settled in their roles, they started military training and firearms drills. And so, days passed one after the other. Training was led by Chief Haga and Nagakura, who proudly flexed his knowledge of firearms earned through his first-hand combat experience. Nagakura was integral to the Seikyo Corps. I watched as he found his footing. It looks like you're back to your old happy self, Nagakura.
出てくるまでは愚痴だらけだったよくな。 やってることは新選組の時とあんま変わってねえのがちょっと心配だな。
いや、この生協隊には俺の溢れ出る知性がもう
Oh my god, Chowder's like dragging his bed all over the room. It just kind of bumped into my chair. You are a silly dog.
姿勢じゃなくて筋肉の間違いだろ。
How did I got a little loud? I'll give him a drink for that.
まあ一通り準備ができたら俺たちも合図を目指すことにしようぜ。
Indeed, we would need to depart for Aizu very soon. Edo Castle was filled with Imperial supporters, and there was nothing to be done about it. The longer we remained in Edo, the more we risked turning the city into a battleground. The only forces left hoping to thwart the new government were the Aizu, the Jonai domain in the Tohoku region, and the Nagaoka domain in the Echigo province. Nagakura and the rest of the Seikyo Corps chose to fight with the Aizu, who had been the Shinsengumi superiors in Kyoto. While en route to Aizu, the Seikyo Corps became affiliated with the Denshu Company, who served what remained of the shogunate in Utsunomiya Castle. The Denshu Company was notorious for its Western methods, especially amongst the usual shogunate guard. Amongst drink, word spread of how they had successfully laid siege to Utsunomiya Castle, capturing it in the blink of an eye. Oh, right, it's this guy. Oh, Chowder! Oh, Chowder brought his little avocado plush to me. Oh, he brought it right up to my leg. Hey, don't bite me! Hey, I'm not your toy! No. Yeah. Where'd your avocado go? What? The fuck? Where'd he put it? It was just there. What the fuck? How did he do that? Where's the avocado? Oh, there it is. Ah! Wait, what did he call? Oh, hand towel. Oh, okay. Oh.
それより土方さんがここにいるの。土方さんはもう先に行ってしまったよ。
Excuse me. Oh wait, so they're reuniting with Hijikata? Nagakura's anger seemed to rise at the idea of seeing Hijikata, but cooled after hearing Otori's response. It would be awkward, I imagine, to run into your former commanding officer after such a bitter split. Excuse me. Otori's words of praise were unexpected, and we gazed up at the towering Utsunomiya Castle. The two spoke admiringly. Any doubts they may have held about the competency of Hijikata as a man or a leader swiftly evaporated. Oh, he sees right through the disguise! Hold on a minute. Yeah, failed to be fooled by Yukimoto's cross-dressing. I have to drink. Oh, did he say lady? Oh no. He'd seen right through me. Okay, Nagakura technically got loud there. I'll take that as 2 drinks. Oh my god, this guy does not take any of our bullshit.
性欲には血は繋がってないって母方の妹だ
Nagakura desperately tried to convince him, but Otori offered no objection and smiled in kind. Yeah, he's like, this is total BS, but whatever. As long as I'm helpful, right? Thank you kindly. Otori's gaze shifted in my direction, and he seemed friendly enough. Indeed I did. It's a pleasure to meet you too. Haruda, who'd witnessed our conversation from just off to the side, smiled warmly. Otori had seemingly gained Haruda's trust by virtue of his demeanor and body language. Nagakura, on the other hand, was still uptight, shifting uncomfortably as he addressed Otori again.
ところで近藤さんもいるんだよな。今あの人と顔を合わせづらくてさ。
Otori's smile slipped away. Oh shit, at this point. Oh no, did the canon event happen?
いや、もしかして近藤さんに何かあったの？
Otori hesitated for a moment, but then seemed to steel himself.
なんだって？それで無事なのか？
Well, Nagakura's eyes widened, and Otori bit his lip, seemingly unsure how to answer. Oh, okay, I guess it's not confirmed or anything. Unless he just wants to hide it from them. Kondo had been captured by the enemy? How could such a thing happen? For him, of all people, to turn himself in, too. We could only rely upon Otori's fragile words of encouragement. But even so, we couldn't verify their veracity. Seeing how upset we were at the sudden news, Otori excused himself. Excuse me. With that, he briskly walked away from us. His words hovered above us like a thick, dark cloud, and under it we fell mute. Will Kondo be alright? Nagakura turned towards me somberly.
旗本だって言ってりゃおそらくは大丈夫だと思うけどよ。
新選組を逃がすためって言ってたな。無事だったりが。
I wondered what fate had befallen the Shinsengumi since our departure. Most of all, I worried for Kondo's well-being. We took the next few days to regroup. After the Seikyo Corps left Utsunomiya Castle under orders of the Denshu Company, we received some news. Utsunomiya Castle, much to our dismay, had been retaken by the Imperial Army. We were ordered to return as soon as possible.
おいおいおい、宇都宮城が敵に取り返されたって本当かよ。
ああ、周囲の城を攻めていて手薄になったところを狙われたらしい。
しょうがねえな。じゃあ、ちゃちゃちゃ取り返してやるか。
Nagakura attempted some levity as he signaled his troops to turn around and march back to Utsunomiya. Nagakura seemed to believe he could capture it easily, since Hijikata had been able to do so. However, a well-fortified Utsunomiya castle was a different beast entirely. The castle gates were tightly shut, and the most advanced rifles and cannons made it impossible to get close. Oh, that was a loud drink. And then 2 more loud drinks for Nagakura. They'd gotten to the first gate through sheer willpower, but the men were on the verge of giving up and running. Nagakura tried desperately to stop them.
最初の宇都宮城の装備と後から来た新政府軍の装備じゃ違ってて当たり前だろ。冷静になれ。分かってるよ、そんなことは。
At this rate, the Seikyo Corps would see its members fall, once after the other. It should be one after the other. Yeah, I'll count that as a grammar error drink. All Nagakura could do was grit his teeth and watch. Nagakura's hair started to turn white as his patience ran out. White drink. As if his anger was summoning his fury blood. It took everything I had to hold him back from leaping into a shower of bullet fire. Nagakura, stop! Your soldiers are watching you! You can't become a fury here, please! We couldn't afford to have his fury identity revealed. When we departed from the Shinsengumi, I had been asked to keep watch over Nagakura and his condition. I had to stop him, no matter what it took. After struggling intensely for a few minutes, Nagakura seemed to weaken and eventually stopped resisting. Nagakura's face was filled with frustration, his white hair blowing in the wind as he stared at the castle. It should be Nagakura's face and also white drinks, so that'll be 2 drinks. Thus, Utsunomiya Castle was back in the hands of the enemy. The shogunate men gave up on retaking Utsunomiya Castle and headed towards Nikko and Aizu. Nikko was the site of Ieyasu Tokugawa's grave, who famously founded the Tokugawa shogunate years ago. It was a sacred location, now fashioned as a base to intercept the incoming imperial brigades. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually getting kind of tired right now. So I think now is a good place to save. Yeah. Man. Yeah, all the drinking is kind of making me tired. Plus, I don't know, I did kind of wake up a little earlier, but... So I'm a little bit tired. I don't know. But yeah, no, at least we got some fair progress in the story, so that's good. That's good enough for me. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning into the stream, as always. Love chatting with you guys and hanging out. If you're just watching, I'm always glad to be entertainment. Tomorrow is Shin Megami Tuesday, so that means we're going to be doing Persona 2 tomorrow. Persona 2 Innocent Sin, so look forward to that. But yeah, no, I'm tired. I'm tired, man, but I don't know. But yeah, matanene, my dudes. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your night or day, wherever you may be. And I'll catch you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there, and peace out.